Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new month of Sunday Cook with me. Well, this month I thought we'd do a little traveling. And I think you've heard of, the movie Around the World in 80 Days. Well, we're going to do it in 4 weeks. And so we're going to try some recipes that are commonly called Mexican recipes or Chinese recipes or Italian recipes or something like that. I will not claim that any of these are authentic food from that country that we're talking about, but they would be food that you would commonly see perhaps in a restaurant with that kind of menu. Now, we're not big restaurant fans. Sorry, and I know it's a wonderful industry, and we do enjoy going out occasionally. But we are more into staying at home and eating at home. And of course, then along came the pandemic and COVID, and most people were not going out to restaurants, and most people were staying home. But sometimes you really wanted that same type of flavor that you would get if you were at a Mexican restaurant. That's what we're going to do today. So we're going to make 2 dishes today. One is the main protein and one is a rice dish. I'm going to make cheesy salsa chicken, and then I'm going to, in the crock pot, and then I'm going to make what is called authentic Mexican rice. I don't know if it's authentic or not. I've not ever eaten rice in Mexico, but we'll use it just as it says. Now, the chicken recipe is so simple, it is hard to be believed. But I'm going to take you down to the counter and we're going to put this together in about 2 minutes. Be right back. Here are the ingredients you need for this chicken dish. Chicken and salsa. That's it. You don't have to worry about a bunch of spices. The salsa has all the spices in it already. And I have my small crock pot here. I'm going to set it on low. Now the recipe calls for 1.5 pounds. Let me bring you down just a little bit more. Calls for 1.5 pounds of uncooked chicken breasts cut up into bite-sized pieces. I had some chicken thighs in the freezer that I wanted to use up, and we like dark meat anyway. I also have chicken breasts, but I really wanted to use these up. And groceries are too expensive not to use what you've got. So we're using chicken thighs that were neither boneless or skinless. So I have deboned them and pretty much taken off most of the skin. I have a little over 1 pound here, which is more than enough for the 2 of us. So I'm just going to add these to the crock pot. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to add is, it called for 16 ounces of salsa. This is a 24-ounce jar. I'm going to add about half of it. With the amount of chicken I have, that should be plenty. I'm just going to give this a little stir around. I want to make sure that chicken is all covered in this nice salsa. And now I'm putting the top on. That's all she wrote. How easy is that? Now this will cook for about 4 hours on low. And a half hour before you're ready to serve it, I'm going to take the cover off. I'm going to cover the top of this with some Fiesta cheese, some Mexican blend cheese, or whatever cheese of your choice, but I'm going to use a Mexican blend cheese. So, I want to say, it doesn't get much easier than that, does it? Now, I have made salsa chicken before, and to go like on nachos. This is also could be done on nachos. I'm going to serve it with rice tonight, but I have done it with the nachos, and towards the end I have also added a can of black beans, which you could do if you want to. This does not call for any of that. Simply the chicken and the salsa. That's why it's called salsa chicken. So I'm going to be back in just a few minutes. I'm going to show you how to put together Mexican rice. And we'll be ready to eat in Mexico tonight. Back in a bit. Okay, I have a saucepan heating up with some oil in it, a 1/4 cup of oil. But while it's heating, I'll show you what you're going to need. I have a 1.5 cups of long grain rice that I have rinsed until the water ran clear. I have a 1/4 of a large onion, or a 1/4 of a medium onion. I have some tomato sauce. I have some tomato bullion. Then you can find this, I got this at Walmart. I have some frozen mixed vegetables. It calls for peas and carrots, and my frozen vegetables have some corn in it. So guess what? It's going to have corn in it. I have some garlic and some water. So I'll show you how you're going to put this together. I'm going to move you back so you can see the pan. It's not quite hot. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I'm going to add the rice. And we're going to stir this. What we want to do is toast the rice, okay? So we're going to stir it around until it gets a nice toasty color. And you have to keep stirring it quite often so that it doesn't burn. And I have this on a medium right now. This will take about 10 minutes. So I'm going to keep stirring. I'm not going to make you watch me stir for 10 minutes. And I'll be back when I'm getting close to the next step. And we'll see our colorful rice. Okay, I'm not sure you can pick up the difference in the color, but you can see it's not all pearly white. It's all kind of has a little beige tinge to it, a little browning, and that's what you need. You don't want to burn it. So we're going to move on to the next step, and we're going to add the onion, not on the burner. Thank you. I'm going to add a teaspoon of garlic. And now this is a 1/2 teaspoon, so I'll add 2. A 1/4 cup of tomato sauce. You could puree 2 tomatoes and make it a little more authentic. But the tomato sauce is the easy way out. that all mixed in. I'm going to add the vegetables. 2 teaspoons of the tomato bouillon. And 3 cups of water. Now I'm going to bring this to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer and let it cook for, I think, about 20 minutes until all of the liquid is absorbed. Throwing the food around. So I'll bring you back when it's done. Alright, that's what she looks like after about 20 minutes. Isn't that pretty? And I have some on a fork here I'm going to try to taste for you, but it's really hot. I'm going to cover this to keep it warm. Let's see. Very good. It's not spicy, and it's not extremely tomatoey. The tomato bouillon, this bouillon, is actually in a chicken stock base, and I can actually taste a little of the chicken stock, but it's light and just has a good flavor. You know, my husband is not a great lover of plain white rice. I love rice, any way you want to cook it. But this I think he'll like because it has a little bit of a flavor to it. So give it a try. Mexican rice. I'll let you know what the chicken tastes like when it's ready. Back in a while. Okay, here we are at the dinner table. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to serve it. I'm going to take some Fritos. Crunch them up. Okay. And to that, we're going to add some of the rice. And to that, we're going to add this cheesy crock pot salsa chicken. Look at that. Look at the cheesiness. Lordy. And I'm going to serve it with some homemade bread that I made yesterday. And for me, I will put a dollop of sour cream, but I just made this one for Bob, so I'm not going to put that on there. So I hope you enjoyed this. Do make it. It looks delicious, and I'm sure it is delicious. So that's all I have for you today. Have a great afternoon. Keep safe, play by the rules. I'll see you Tuesday for a poofy wreath from my front door. Everybody play nice now. Love ya. Bye-bye.